Happy New Year, everyone. The Immortal John Hancock here, and I thought I'd share with you 5 upcoming indie games coming to Switch. Some are coming to Steam and other platforms such as PlayStation and Xbox. But man, there are some great indie games coming out. I've really enjoyed talking about indie games. And, these are the types of games I typically have time for. And, man, there's just some cool stuff coming out. I know there's some big titles on the horizon, but I know there's a lot of people out there that like these bite-sized gaming experiences, ranging from price, anything from $24.99 down to less than 50 cents. I really just want to start showcasing more games coming out in the future. So sit back, relax. Here we go. First up is Lone Ruin, and this is a twin-stick roguelike, and it's kind of spell-based. Looks like you can do many different combos, and I really like the gameplay and that isometric kind of perspective. This looks to be promising. This is coming out January 12th for both Switch and Steam, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Really excited about this, as this is the type of game I really am a big fan of. Twin stick shooters. You throw in the variable gameplay mechanics and replayability. This one looks promising for sure. $14.99, that's a good affordable price, especially for an indie release. And I know there's fans out there that are going to look forward to this one. Wow, tons of different things. Looks like there's many different variable enemies and environments. I really like the graphic art style too as well. It's kind of like that sprite base, but very colorful for sure. There's going to be people that are going to be looking forward to this. I know I'm one of them. And, this is just the future of games. There's so many well-polished indie titles coming out, and this is definitely on my radar. Up next, from the creators of Blazing Chrome, is Vengeful Guardian Moonrider. I am really excited about this when I first heard about it coming out. And this is coming out on Steam, Switch, PS4, and PlayStation 5, Amazon Luna. And oh my gosh, this definitely has the 16-bit kind of vibe to it, taking me back to some of the timeless classics from the Sega Genesis era, and definitely looks like a Sega Genesis game. And wow, this looks amazing. It has some of my favorite gameplay mechanics from that era into a brand new game. Boss fights looks like awesome fast gameplay. It's got a little bit of Shinobi, a little bit of Strider, and some other games. Looks like it's definitely an homage of that era. Definitely, what does this game remind you of? First of all, have you heard about this one? And wow, I really like that art style they went with. And this is going to be very affordable at $16.99, multiple platforms, and really excited to see this game, as these are the types of games that I'm really digging. And really looking forward to this one. And hopefully I can get my hands on a copy and share gameplay and my experiences with you. Next up is a fighting game. And, there's not a ton of fighting games compared to other genres. But, man, this is cool. This is a 1 versus 1 fighting game. Lots of different options, weapons, no weapons. Lots of different character customizations. And it looks like a pretty decent fighting game. Now this is coming out at $24.99 on Switch. It's already out on Steam. These are the types of indie releases that come out, and they get overshadowed by AAA titles. But this one looks pretty decent. I like the different customizations that you can do, and I know there's fighting fans out there, and I am curious about this release. I want to see how it runs on the Switch. Video footage is from Steam, and so definitely this is something that I'm curious about. As we need a better fighting game. We need a fighting game for the Switch for sure, and hopefully they can pull this one off. Coming out January 13th, and looking forward to it. Alright, next up is NeverAwake, and this is coming out January 19th. And this is coming out for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Switch. Already out on Steam. And coming in at, about $20, a little bit over $20. Definitely has gameplay reminiscent of Forgotten Worlds with a really unique art style. And you know, this is kind of a twin stick, looks like a shooter, classic shooter. The reviews on Steam have given it favorable and recommended. And you know, it's one of those things, like these releases come out and not a lot of people know about them because they get overshadowed by other bigger releases. It looks like there's a Souls gathering mechanic to this, and in some of the comments of people that played the Steam one, they have said that they like that you can adjust the difficulty to, you can make this game as hard or as easy as you want. So lots of cool boss fights in this. I really like the art style that they went with. Many of the titles that I've chosen today just really show and express the variability of indie games coming out these days. You know, graphics are no longer like a limitation. It's really just as creative as artists and programmers want to make a game, and it really shows with this one. This has got some really cool boss fights, and looking forward to checking this out on the Switch, coming out January 19th. Alright, this next game is a mere 50 cents for Steam right now. It's also going to come out for the Switch January 19th as well, and this is Void Prison. This is a really indie twin stick shooter. I love these types of games. Really simple premise. You got to move around and dodge enemies in a circle, a purple ring. And how long can you survive? And you can unlock achievements and get different weapons from enemies. Really cool idea. You know, Robotron 2084 is one of my favorite games of all time, and so I picked this up on Steam. It was like 50 cents. Like, why not? I'm gonna support a developer of something, you know, offering a game for a mere 50 cents on Steam. That's what's the benefits of Steam. But it's also coming out on Switch. I think it's going to be a perfect fit. And I had a lot of fun with this one so far. Just picked it up and played just a few games. It's got that addictive gameplay. This is a fun game if you don't have a lot of time and you're a fan of arcade style gaming. This is definitely up my alley, and have enjoyed this one. So Void Prison on Steam, also coming out on Switch January 19th for a mere $3. If you have Steam Deck, it's running great and highly recommended. Some really cool stuff coming out. What was your favorite that I showed? In the comments below, let me know. Have you played any of these on Steam? What are you most looking forward to? And as always, thank you for coming to my channel. If you like what you see, consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell, as I'm uploading content every week from Atari to Xbox and doing a little bit of retro, a little bit of modern, and a whole bunch of fun. Thank you so much. Let's keep it positive. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. This is Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.